We're honored to have many distinguished speakers who we will begin meeting shortly. But the thing I want to have in your mind from the very onset are words from one of my favorite authors. Orson Scott Card says that this is what historians usually do, quibble about cause and effect. But the point is that there are times in history when the world is in flux, and the right voice in the right place can move the world. What we've tried to do today is bring together some of those voices who can truly act to move the world. So will you please join me in welcoming our first speaker today, Dr. Fransisco Trigo.
Good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. A pleasure to be here with you. First of all, I want to acknowledge President Castleberry for his welcome to this wonderful university. Thank you very much for hosting this important symposium. I want to thank Jorge Madrazo, our director at our Center for Mexican Studies here in Seattle. Thank you, Jorge, for all the effort put here. To the other co-sponsors, CIMAR and the Ibero-American Institute for Constitutional Law, also thank you very much for their commitment and support to these events. Mexico and the world go through a horizon of redesign of international rules that have an impact on all orders of human life and activity. As a member of the International Organization for Migration, Mexico is a promoter of international cooperation on migration issues, and with the strong support of the National University of Mexico, helps to find solutions to the problems in this area. According to the latest data provided by the National Population Council of Mexico, CONAPO, the net annual flow of Mexicans to the United States comes to 390,000. Today, more than 30 million people of Mexican descent live in this country, of which about 20 million correspond to those born in the United States of Mexican descent, and more than 10 to the population born in Mexico residing in an authorized or an unauthorized manner in this country, equivalent to 9% of Mexico's total population and 3.6% of the American Union. However, a United Nations study revealed that the number of Mexican migrants into the United States, the country that absorbs the largest number of Mexican citizens, decreased in 2015 as compared to 2013 by less than 1 million. Mexico is in a demographic transition. Fertility declines, and there is a greater presence of older adults. Also, migration has stopped, especially the one that goes to the United States, which has a very low rate. In addition, return migration has increased. These are figures from our Institute of Social Sciences at UNAM. There are certainly marked changes in the flow on processes of migration of Mexicans to the United States, whose causes and factors are diverse. But the anti-immigrant policies announced by the incoming USA government have made the issue an unavoidable priority because of its adverse consequences to our nationals and for our country. On January the 30th of this year, the National University of Mexico issued a statement entitled UNAM for Mexico, which, as part of the challenges in the migratory policies of the new administration of the United States government, calls for recognizing, and I quote, the dignified and courageous attitude of the authorities of the state and the sanctuary cities. And I stress that it is also necessary that the country prepares to welcome those Mexican students who may be forced to leave the United States. In turn, on February 20th this year, the Association of Public Land-Grant Universities of the United States, known as APLU, expressed its strong rejection of President Donald Trump's attempt to prohibit the entry of immigrants from various countries of the world into the territory. Those 144 American universities expressed their solidarity with the migrants in clear response to the call of UNAM. Our national university soon launched an operation to support Mexican students and migrants who were forced to return to the country in order to offer them legal advice and opportunities to continue their higher education. In addition to the emerging measures in which the United seeks to address the risks posed by the new migration policies, it creates spaces for reflection to contribute to the resolution of the problems that are to come. In this case, among many others, the university has created a seminar focused particularly in this issue that will carry out studies on displacement, migration, exile, and repatriation. I'm very pleased to be here in Seattle, a sanctuary city, and with honor representing Dr. President Enrique Graue, who is fully committed to this issue and will be very, very sensitive to the recommendations and conclusions out of this meeting today. Before ending, I wish to refer to the legal and public policy actions that have been carried out in migration. The prosecutor of this state of Washington was the first who sought to overturn the executive order of migration, and the first judge to overturn the executive order was the one here in Seattle. It is important to recognize the efforts made by this state that recently adopted a resolution to provide protection to migrants in the city of Seattle. Finally, events like this symposium we are beginning today here in Seattle certainly open an excellent space to discuss immigration in uncertain times. Congratulations to the organizers, speakers, and attendants to this event. Thank you very much.